What a day of Test cricket. Day three at Perth. If this was told to me few days ago that this is what you're gonna get, I would have taken it hands down. Amayala, welcome back. Good to see you smiling again. You know those beaming smiles year to year. That's the energy which we had, all of us going through. But you know, in quick, what do you have to say about today? I know there'll be a lot, but you have to try hard to try and squeeze it in short. Your thoughts on today?
Well, great. Firstly, the day started on a very positive note. I think we scored about 30 runs in the first 5 overs. The batters, both openers, were looking to play their shots, unlike yesterday, where they had these patches between fast scoring versus successive maidens. So today we saw that they were really playing their shots, especially KL. uh, Unfortunately, he got a good ball, good test cricket ball, and he got out. No mistake done by him, but that's how it is. And then once KL was out, it was good to see Padikkal get some really good time out there. He played like around 70 balls, just scored 25. However, whatever we saw of him was very confident, and then he got out just after the lunch. In fact, on the first ball after lunch, to a pretty good ball. But I still feel that if Rohit comes back in the second test and if he misses out, he um, shouldn't feel bad about it because he's done his bit. Whatever chance he got, I think he did well. And then we had a mini collapse where Pant got out cheaply. Uh, it's Lion versus Pant this series, and Lion is one love up already. So okay, we'll have our chances. Pant will have his chances, and then Washi did well to stabilize the innings along with King Kohli. Brilliant Big Daddy 100 by Jaiswal. I thought he again threw his wicket. And like we have said in the past, at least three batters from India throw their wickets in every test innings. And that's what happened in this innings as well. However, we already have a lot on the board. And then Kohli played a master innings. We saw the straight drive, we saw the cover drive, we saw the calculated doubles and singles, hard running between the wickets, supreme concentration. It helped Washi as well. And then obviously Nitish played great shots. I like the temperament of the boy who doesn't seem to play his first test. I think he has played about 50 already in his mind. He is really good. I hope he stays that way. And then it was great to see that India thought about declaring with at least 30 minutes in hand. That's the amount of confidence they have in their bowling, and make sure that they at least have a couple of scalps and put Australians under a lot of pressure. Overall, good day by India.
Yeah, I think it was a fantastic day. We spoke about all the batters of Jaiswal, Kohli definitely because of the centuries, Nitish because of the intent and that quick fire knock which he played. But I think there was this one batter who actually in both the innings did his job very silently, and he sort of is getting lost in front of or behind these hundreds is KL Rahul. I think that sort of temperament when you are down everywhere in and around media, people are not really talking positive about you. You come into the side with that pressure. You are not playing at your usual number five, number six position. You are suddenly put into the opening slot, which is definitely not easy. Let alone in Australia, you did a plus one on a wicket like Perth. So what would you say, or how would you describe the KL Rahul which you saw in both these innings in this game?
He has absolutely played a chanceless innings in his 77. At the same time, he was looking good in the first innings as well. Just got unlucky with the bad use of technology. I think there was always talent, right? There was only an issue of temperament, or maybe he was just getting out. You go through a phase in your career where you just get out without scoring much, and that's where I think KL has faltered. Uh, I still feel bad for him in a way, because he has been doing well in the opening slot now in Australia, and now the next test when Rohit comes back, the poor fellow has to go back to his number 5 or number 6 position. So again, he has to show a lot of adaptability. At the same time, he'll be still under a lot of pressure, because it's just 1 or 2 innings, right, that he has played, and he has shown his class. So if he fails in the next innings or next test, again it puts a lot of pressure on him, and that's precisely what his career has been in Test cricket for the last 10 years. Indeed, he has always been asked to shuffle in his batting order. That also shows the talent that he has and the adaptability that he has. But yes, brilliant innings today. As I said, chanceless innings. Got out cheaply, but that was okay. He had done his part. I think they gave a good start, and then he got a good ball. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He did do his part, and if he was class, his partner was class apart. Yashasvi Jaiswal playing his first series in Australia, his first game in Perth to get a daddy 100, the way he did, especially that shot to get to his
The ramp.
100, that audacity to play that shot. We already know what he's capable of when a bowler who's coming at you at 145, who goes by the name Mitchell Stark, you say to him that the ball is not coming onto the bat that quick. Maybe you're bowling too slow. This shot is something which completely suits or is completely possible that Yashasvi Jaiswal can play. You did say he did threw his wicket away, but I think that was a shot of a tired man, but not before taking his team to, I wouldn't say a comfortable, but probably a match-winning situation, didn't he?
Absolutely. Great temperament for a early 20s guy. He shows his typical Mumbai Khadus attitude. But yes, I still feel that he missed out on a 200, a well-deserved 200 in Australia. Probably could have been his second or the third double century. And like you said, right, all his hundreds have been daddy hundreds. So yeah, we are seeing something really special building up when it comes to Yashasvi Jaiswal, and I just hope that he scores more runs in the upcoming tests as well. Though I still feel that he threw his wicket, and if I was his coach, I would only talk about that to him and not praise him for his 160. But I'm being too harsh here, I know.
Yeah, maybe you're even thinking like a Khadus Mumbaikar coach also. So that's something which we know runs in our blood, that we never really satisfied or never really happy. But I think in a way, in hindsight, he's got out on 160 odd. The hunger which Yashasvi Jaiswal shows, you know that the next 8 innings which is going to come out, he's going to aim to get that 200. So there's something always which he's going to try to catch up to. So I think that's a positive if you
Right.
look at it from an Indian perspective.
Right. One more point to add, Rishabh, is see, over the years, right, barring maybe an exception of Virendra Sehwag, our openers in tests have thereabout averaged around the mid 30s or higher 30s and early 40s. If you take the example of Murli Vijay, Gautam Gambhir himself, so I would be, I would I'm expecting that um, that Jaiswal will break that zincs, and he would be the person who would average consistently above those 50 in tests for India, and break that sequence of openers that only average around the higher 30s and lower 40s for India. So I'm looking forward for that, Rishabh.
You're again talking like a true Mumbaiker, the expectations never end. But
Never.
whatever it is, I mean, as long as he's scoring runs, he's winning games for the Indian team, we'll all take it. But along with him, I mean, just before he got out, he was joined by someone on whom the Indian cricket hopes had been pinned for maybe the last decade and a half. We were all waiting for that moment. When that moment arrived, you could see it on that player's face also, that how much it meant for him. more than the celebration, it was that satisfaction of finally getting there is what actually caught everyone's eye. Virat Kohli, the kind of knock he played, not real aggression shown. He was playing with a straight bat. He has just changed his technique a little bit, where he's this time or now starting from the middle stump, maybe to counter the outside of deliveries, which has been his long following X. He's covered that. He played some delightful straight drives. Cover drives are always a treat to watch of Virat Kohli. But this 100, after such a long gap, the way it came, the time at it came, do you think this is the time that we see the Virat Kohli which we were all hoping for? And going into the next four tests, how big a positive you see of Virat Kohli scoring 100 here?
It's his 30th, so I wish by the time the series is over, the number is 34.
I'm glad you didn't say
That
38.
that yeah, then yeah. Um, so the thing is, yeah. So he's got to a good start now. So I just want him to capitalize and hope history repeats. And the 2014 tour, like the 2014 tour, Virat is able to uh, score more hundreds here, bat like a mad person that he is. And I'm just hoping that I'm not going to zinx anything by saying a lot about what his batting looked like today. It was picture perfect, if you ask me.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. And some good
go ahead.
aggression also showed towards the end. The shot on which he got his 100, that sweep or that ramp, or whatever you may want to call it. It's not a conventional one, but just like he threw his bat on that, a few his short arm jabs to get boundaries towards the mid wicket, especially that 80 to 100 run, the way he played. I think that
Yes.
that spoke a lot.
Yeah, and also the fact that the pressure was taken out of him, because we were already at 275 for 2 when he came to bat. So there was a healthy lead already. So that I think helped him to stabilize, to counter attack and score at a brisk rate. He scored, I think, at the rate of 75, so which is good by any standards in tests. So that was good. Um, and then obviously, I was hoping that India does not declare, because we still have two full days to go. But I think I can understand why the management and captain must have thought about declaring and putting Australia to bat, and the results show, right?
Yeah, that definitely does. But if you ask me, right, I was not really convinced of India declaring. I thought that they would have played maybe the first half of tomorrow also to try and set a target which is not at all achievable. Just sort of
Mm,
secure that you are at least not losing, and then try to
right.
take the 10 wickets in the next 5.5 sessions that you have. But the way the last half an hour went, I think I'm convinced that they rather took a good decision to declare, because the way the
Yeah.
Indian bowlers came out, all guns blazing. It started with Bumrah, then Siraj picked over, and then again that finish from Bumrah. I mean, there's enough has already been spoken about Bumrah, but still you feel there's a lot to talk about him, because every time he comes down and he surprises you. So if
Absolutely.
there's anything which you haven't spoken about Bumrah and you would want to say it, I mean, I'll give you that opportunity now.
Yeah, I think yeah, Bumrah the captain, perhaps, because see, we are not there in the dressing room, but I think one reason why they might have chosen to declare is the turn that Lion was getting in the later part of the day, and probably that instills some confidence in Bumrah to then rely on his lone spinner Washi, and expect that the ball will turn on the fourth day and help him, because there were a few chances off Lion today. The ball gripped, it turned, it bounced, right? There were a couple of deliveries that spun outside from outside the off, and they went above the stumps for Kohli. So I think that is one of the reasons as well. I feel where I think the tactics of Bumrah and management may seem to have been to, let's try take 2 3 wickets here in this part of the day, and then when they come tomorrow, They don't just have the three fast bowlers, but they also have a fourth one, and a quality spinner in Washi, who can spin the ball, who can use his height to bull to put those top spins on the ball. Yeah,
Washi will definitely turn the ball, no doubt about that. But the kind of movement which Bumrah was getting off the surface, he would. It was. I mean, it's a crime to call it swing. That should be called spin. Especially if you look at Labuschagn's wicket. You know that ball from where it pitched to where it eventually went and hit Labuschagne on its pad. You can't call it swing. It has to be spin, right? We only a spinner can turn the ball that much. It's a dream delivery, especially to caught him napping, because a player of Labuschagne's quality, when he's trying to leave the ball, unless he's convinced that it's going outside off or it's not hitting the stumps and it's safe to leave, only then he will do that. But the way it came in, the way it jagged back in, I think it was a. I mean, I'm not even getting
absolutely.
a word to describe that, right?
Yeah, it's a good point, Rishabh, because I think specifically about Labu, right? Even in the first innings, Rishabh, after the catch was dropped by Kohli, um, when he was just on a zero, Labu had to ask for a new pair of gloves. So, so that tells you, right, what's going in his mind. Probably at this point in time in his career, when he's not getting enough runs for the last couple of years, he doesn't seem to be very confident to face the best bowler in the world. And it can happen to the best of the best players. So it can happen to Labu as well. He's a good player. I'm sure he'll score some runs in this series. But yes, he got a dream ball. He wasn't expected. He wasn't expecting it to come back that far, and he actually did not want to do anything with the ball. Uh, he just wanted to see it to the keeper's hands without touching it, without feeling at it. But unfortunately, Bumrah being Bumrah got that thing, and it was a perfect setup.
Yeah, it absolutely was. And I think the real setup starts tomorrow because still seven
Fun.
wickets to get. We know what Australia are capable of. We are
Yes.
playing in their home. We know what sort of a side they are, especially the mental aspect of how tough these guys are built mentally. I'm sure they won't go down without a fight. So it will be really exciting to see how the Indian bowlers come out tomorrow and probably try to finish the game off on day four itself. I'm sure they will be quite positive when they come out tomorrow because almost all of them are crorpatis now, especially with today evening and as tomorrow arises. We're still not sure if they might have slept or might be glued to the TV to see how much each one of them will take home within a couple of months. But nonetheless, I think the way this test match is going and the way we hope this series would go, they would definitely take a lot of fans along with them and they'll be rich by a few number of fans, if not the monetary part, right?
True, true, absolutely. Yeah, hope is a good thing. So hope that tomorrow we are victorious. We look like we're just there almost, but like you said, Australia is not a meek team. It's one of the best teams in the world, playing the best team in the world. So let's hope that the result is in our way. I'm sure the team will not be complacent, and they will go for the win from the ball one. But Rishabh, before we wind up, right, a fun fact to share, right? This week, while we play the test match here or there in Perth, well, the background made me feel that I'm in Perth. Uh, so while this test match is in progress, right? This week marks the 50th anniversary uh, since Viv Richards' debut in Bangalore.
Oh,
And the fun fact is, not just Viv Richards, we also had Gordon Greenidge make his debut in the same Test match here in Bangalore, where I live. I've seen the scorecard by my own eyes, and that's what also makes M. Chinnaswamy special, because the great himself, Sir Viv, uh, played his first Test here.
that's really good to know. I mean, glad you specified that Bangalore where you live and not that that Perth which we can see at in the background. But that's a really good trivia to have, and we always look forward to you getting such one-liners and such trivia for us. But with that, I think we will call it stumps for day, and we hope that tomorrow when we meet, we are finally celebrating the victory, and the smile which is being continued till day three now turns or converts into a laughter at the end of day four. Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Amanda.
Thank you, Rishabh. See you later.